journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, I just want to bring you up to date on the cattle. There's where we were, and it's had a nice run. It's well over $1,000 today in the October cattle from the low right at the open. So if you're prepared for that with the big strange move, or a strong string, strength to the upside, and then the pullback right at the 382. You've got to have that really big move down, and that's what tells you that the trend is so doggone strong. Okay, now the next one we're going to take a look at here is we're going to go back to that crude oil, because that you can write a textbook about this, folks. Here it is right here. We're going to get it up here. If you remember, we were talking about this yesterday, the fact that we were getting ready to come down here and make a low right about there. Do you remember that low we were talking about yesterday? There it is right there. There's your A. Let's try it again, Larry. A, B, C, D, right there. Let's just blow it up so we can see where it went to. Okay, what's happened to my machine? Well, we got trouble in River City, folks. The doggone thing is frozen up. Let's see if we can get it to work. Nope. Oh, dear. Love this. Don't we have this? Anyway, you can see that there's your A, B, C, D comes in right at the number. We were looking at 74.72. 64.72, and we had a little bit of a rally from this level. We had a little bit of a rally, but the problem is now, folks, my machine is El Caputa, so I don't know what to do. I don't even think anything's going to work on it now. Yeah, well, that's one of these deals. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Just give me it out of the way here. Maybe I can get it up here somehow to get it working. Now, let me tell you what happens here was one we were watching here in the Treasury bonds, okay? Now, we were looking for a 382 in Treasury bonds right there, and that's when the Fed came out right there, okay? It hit there for 1 second and immediately dropped a half a point, went a little bit below the 61% retracement. It happened so fast, folks, you couldn't even put your stop in. That's how fast it happened. You can see bang, bang, and that was it. And anyway, it's rallied back a little bit, but it still has a possibility of going higher because we did make a 61 off the low, the high. Wow. Off the low we made back on August the 1st, okay? And that's good, and that means we're still looking for a possibility of getting up to that level right here. First of all, I want to show it to you on the daily. This is a big deal, folks, because the Fed's out there. There's our number, 1713, right? So if we look at that hourly chart that we just looked at, all we're going to do now is we're going to draw that same thing in here, right here, because this is that same ABCD pattern. They all fit together. There's your ABCD, and there you are again, up at that 117 and change level. So keep a close eye on that one. That's going to be a really big one. And that'll give the chance for the Treasury to get a lot of bonds sold because everybody will be wanting them. Okay, now we'll get out of the way here a little bit. And we've already talked about the Russell, and we've talked about the S&P, and the gold is making new highs. Now you can see here, we just made new highs on the day. For this level, that tells us that the ABCD is probably higher. There was your first pullback right at the opening. This was in the middle of the night. This was at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, Tucson time, when we were watching that. And then we saw it doing this, and boom, away it goes, and it's still going. And it looks like the old high is at 34.43, and it's going to take that out. Just like easy peasy. That would be my guess. Okay. All right. Now let's move over here. And Well, guess what, folks? This is the picture of that we don't need that anymore. I'm trying to get the thing to work now. It looks like it's working, so let me get this out of the way and line these up so that I can see what's going on, and then I can put the things up together. Oh, just a minute. Okay, I got that in there. I just need to put this. I need to go here to Windows, and I put them in cascade so I can see what I want to get to, which is the crude oil market in here. And what happened is when I was doing that crude oil, I took it off the board. And anyway, let me get it up here again so we can look at it. And I think it's important because when you're looking at these patterns, you know, they're not easy for some people to see. And even myself, even though I look at a lot of them, sometimes I miss a whole bunch of them. And that's not a bad thing because there's other things in life besides trading. I don't know what they are, but there's got to be something. Okay, here's the hourly chart that we were looking for. There's where we wanted to be. Now we can see where we were, okay? There was our ABCD pattern right here. There's your A, B, C, D, right to the exact low. Now, we're only up a little bit from that level, but the fact that it did do that is important because that's taken 3 days to complete that pattern, and we were looking for it right down here, and it's done that. Now, if we start going below that, that's really serious. I mean, that means we're going to be going a whole lot lower to the downside, but right now that is held, and if you look at this on a really short-term pattern, like an 8-minute, you'll see we had the ABCD here to the downside, and the rally back didn't do anything more than go right up to the 382. So this thing is still bearish, and it doesn't look like it's ready to turn yet, but at least it's trying. There's the ABCD coming down here this morning, and you can see how we did it. There's A, B, C, D. There are a lot of them in here, folks. If you learn to look at them, they'll give you a really good, feeling for, what you're watching here. Okay, now let's move over here and talk a little bit about natural gas because we have a possible trade set up for today, folks. Let's get the hourly chart up so we can see it. We had a nice trade in that the other day. Now here is where we were. If you remember, we did that 304. That was yesterday. It went all the way down here, folks. It made $1,000. We took a couple $100 out, remember, right at the end of the day, or 300, whatever it was, and went all the way down till this morning when it got to $1,000. That was 61%. And now what we've got set up in natural gas, great thing to trade, by the way, because margin's good. The fills are fantastic, and execution is, that's part of the fills. Anyway, there's what we're watching up here at around 309. Now we're 306 and change, and we should get there, okay? Now, this is an hourly chart. Now, remember, when we see real strong trending markets, let's just move this a little bit because it's going to give you an idea of why we watch these things. Okay, there's your first 382 retracement right there. Okay, now the next time it comes down and goes all the way down here. But then this morning, what did we do? Let's just clean it up to where we were. Okay, there was the early morning run, and all we're going to do now is we're going to check and see if that low, and I haven't checked it. I should have, because there it is right there, 302. That's 4 for 4, folks. Cattle, crude oil, gold, natural gas, and I can't remember the other one. There was 4 of them. Anyway, that all 4 of them work. Now, do they all 4 work all the time? No, not a chance. Okay, let's move on here, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some stocks when we get back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Hey folks, yesterday you remember we were watching the British pound make this pullback, and we did. And in today's action, you can see had a little ABCD right near the open, and then it's had a strong trend. Today we are actually running a test on the AI program, and you can see that it followed it pretty nicely all the way through here. Now, this is a small range day, but there's your low early in the morning. Then you have your pullback, and where does it stop to? Right at the 382, and then away it goes. Now, we had a big sell-off right here, too, didn't we? Let's just double-check and see from the last low if that was a 382. And you mark it in right there. And there it is right there, 382. Now, this next one has come down more, which is indicative of possibly a trend changing. And this is saying that it's getting ready to go to the downside for the next few hours of the day. Remember, the last few hours of the day are the least predictable because we've already gone through 222 bars when we get to this point. And the odds are that it's going to be a little harder to predict the second half of the day. Still works pretty good, but like I say, it's only accurate about 65% of the time. So that's what we're paying attention to here as we're watching some of these other things right here. I'm watching a few other things. This happens to be, I'll give you a heads up here. This is the thing we've been watching in gold all day. There's been your 382. I want to show you this, how beautiful this was on the tube last night, folks, because we really had a really nice spot here. Here's what we were looking for right here. This is where we were early this morning. Okay, I'm going to blow this up just so you can see. You can see we have a perfect ABCD that hits it spot on. I mean, it just was within $1 of the exact low. There it is right there, okay? 13, it went to 12. Okay, now it's had this huge rally where we are right now. But that's what we were watching this morning when I sent the video out. And you'll see this is where we were coming down, and now we've had a pretty good rally. Now, does this mean anything yet? Possibly, because it can't be a head and shoulders because this is higher than the left shoulder. Okay, so we're going to pay attention to that at another time. So we're not going to worry too much about that today. All right, now let's come back here and move on to one other one that we need to talk about. I think I covered the bonds, which I did. Oh, let's get on to one stock that somebody's been screaming about all day today, and that is Palantir. Hold on one second. They had their earnings, I guess, yesterday or today or something like that. And John Jameson thinks this is the stock of the future. It has not been split yet. And he said that's a big deal. Hold on one second. Okay, here's Palantir. And yeah, it's this is, well, we had a pretty big run here today. Looks like it's made a new high on the run. Let's put the daily up so we can see it. Okay, now John recommended it right here. Well, no, wait, that was way back here. It was right here where he recommended it, down here at 40. I forget exactly what he was looking at. Well, there was the first part of it, right around $40 is where he bought it, which was right in here. And of course, it's had this huge run. Don't know too much about it, but again, look at this huge gap that we have today, folks. Let's just double check, refresh, and see if we do. Yes, it is a huge gap up, just like we had in Microsoft and some of the others that we're paying attention to. Okay, now let's look on with something that some of these trades that we've had now in the grains are not working, and we have to look at those because sometimes the market just doesn't work, and you just got to do the trades. The one we were watching for was soybeans. Get the daily chart up to buy those at 85, and you can see here they're already through 85, and they're setting down here at there was your 85 level. Okay, now the low has been 581. And so if you bought at 85, okay, you got to risk 10 cents. So you stop 85. The stop is going to be at 75. So 75 will be your stop. Now, maybe it's done this and that's all you got. This is really looking pretty bearish, folks. But like I say, you got to do them. You don't know which ones work, which ones don't. Especially the one that I've been bullish on for, well, not lately because it's had breakdowns all the way, and that is the corn. This is December corn, and you can see here we almost hit that final place right here. There it is right here at 95. The low today was 96. Trading at 98 right now. Going to do live trading, folks, on Friday between 6 and 9, and I will be looking to buy this for two reasons. I got a whole bunch of ABCDs patterns right in here, plus we have a full moon. It's known as the sturgeon moon. Why, I don't know. But there was another one that we did. Remember, we bought that 403, and that had a pretty good run. So we're going to find out. But it's still bearish. It hasn't made any turn at all yet. But it's all pattern recognition and picking the ones that you think are going to win and not worrying about the others. Now, let's look at meal, because meal had been the strongest of the group. And we want... Folks, we're in the middle of or starting August now. This is when soybeans have their big hoorah, and maybe they don't do anything this year. But if they do, we want to be watching it, because when you squeeze it, when you crush a bean, you get soybean oil and soybean meal. So we're going to look at both of them. We're going to look at the new crop. This is December meal. We had a run up. Let's see if they have the pullback. Yeah, there's our run up. Okay, now you want to buy the strongest. Now, this is the group here. So we had a run up to this level right here. All right, that's a 1, 2, 3 day rally. The buy was here. That was a $1,300 move. And now we're backing off. As you can see, we're probably getting close to the 61% retracement today. Not quite. That'll probably be in the next day or so. We want to watch that as a potential buy. And one we've had on our watch list forever is soybean oil, the December soybean oil. Let's get that up. Waiting for that 382. And oh my goodness, you talk about a trade coming in for Friday. This is it. There's your 382 off of this low right here. We're only a point away, folks. This is what you got to look for. This is still bullish, folks. This is a bullish market, and you're going to be able to buy it right here at 75, probably on Friday. If not, maybe even tomorrow. I'll buy it tomorrow if I get it tomorrow. But I'd like to see it there on Friday along with the full moon. So that would be a 382 of the low way back here, and it'll be a 786 of that move that's coming in right here. and you become I have great affinity for this market, folks, because this is the one that got me out of my quagmire back in 74 when I thought I knew something and didn't. And then I had to study for about a year to understand what I had done wrong. And you know what? We are now 53 years into that, and I'm still studying. I'll tell you, it's an exciting thing when you're 8.5 furlongs into the race, you still love what you're doing. Some days are better than others. Yesterday was a fabulous day. Today's a good day, but not a fabulous. Okay, get this out of the way and get the meal out of the way right in here. And I believe, hold on one second, I got a clock on the wall to see how we're doing right here. 39 seconds, as Al says, that's 2 lifetimes in radio time. So we'll pull up one more chart that we want to watch. That's the dollar index. And as you can see here, it's doing its best on this pullback, so we got to watch it very closely. We're going to discuss it when we get back, folks. Hang in there.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the dollar index, and as you can see here, these have great harmony. I don't know what that, somebody's doing something outside in the yard, so I don't know what that is. Anyway, you can see here, we're backing off just like we did here, only this is much faster. But the percentage is the same. We're setting right at the 61% retracement right now, as I believe. There it is. Well, it's actually a tick or two below it. That was at 11. We're at 7. So there's a possibility that this is going to be another complete leg down. I don't believe that it is, because we've got some really strong support setting in this area right here. And if we look at the euro, which we're going to do next, hold on one second here. I've got to get this up. Hold on just a minute here. Got a couple things going on. Always a lot of fun. Hold on a second. Get the euro up here to take a look at it. It's been totally different than the British pound, of course. Different countries. Okay, let's get this up on the hourly. And had a nice rally. We're coming back up here again. Here is, now let's take a look at the euro. I haven't done anything in the euro at all, folks, after this, because I was in the pound. I'm still in the pound. But that's, you can see it. There was the pullback right here. It was the 382. Now, we made a higher high here by just a little bit. But you see, if you redraw this, and we'll just do that right now, you see we didn't get rid of that one too. On this last pullback, we didn't quite make the 382. You see it misses it by quite a little bit. You have another one in here. Now, this is an hourly chart, so it's, substantial. If you'll see here, this one backed off right to the 382, and that's giving us where we are right now. We're getting up into this area where it should have some trouble. Looking at this on the daily, you can see here, there's where we are. And if you look from the high right here to this low right there, there it is right there. You'll see that it's, I don't know what's going on with the noise here. Is it, something's wrong, hold on. I don't know what's, somebody's doing something in the landscaping out here, folks. Anyway, there's, it's going higher, so we'll probably get up to this level right in here, okay? So let's move over and we'll see what else we've got moving on in here right now. With the stocks are still, the Dow Jones, the Russell are, I didn't even look at, let's look at the NASDAQ. I didn't look at that because I don't trade it very much, but I was certainly trading the currency, the S&P this morning, and did okay. Hold on one second here. We want to get that NASDAQ up right there. So hold on one second, and we'll get this up here. And let me see if I can get this there. Yeah, well, this NASDAQ had a heck of a run here. This is today's, there's the low in the middle of the night. Okay, then the early morning low like this. And now it's coming back pretty strong. Let's see where we are in the big picture. All right, the big picture looks like we're still in a downtrend. And all we've done so far is to try to make the 61% retracement. We haven't done that as of yet, but of course, we still could. Wow, I think I got a problem here, folks, but I'm not going to worry about it very much till the next break. I don't think, anyway. Hold on just a second here. But Al, I got to find out. I think I'm afraid I might have a leak here somewhere, so I hate to put this off on the air, but I got to find out what this is. So stay with me just a second, and I'll be right back. Hold on.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Because you can see here, folks, this is the dollar yen now. It's had a big break from August 1st. There was the ABCD to the upside. We'll draw this in. This is when the Japanese came out with their new budget, or somebody got fired. I don't know what it was, but look at that, folks. Perfect ABCD, and down 4 handles. That's a lot of money, and some of it very fast. No rally back, as you can see here. Very strong trend down. No 382 retracement as of yet. It tried to make one today, but didn't even come close. But now with this type of action, what you want to watch for is if this, in fact, does do this in the next day or so, okay, that'll be a really nice setup because you'll have an ABCD coming in right at the 382. But these are the ABCDs why you really like. I mean, there's another one right here. You see they're pretty powerful, but like I say, they don't work all the time. Okay, now we covered the currencies here. One of the currency that someone asked about was the Australian dollar. 1 second, I'll bring that up. It's up at the top here, I believe. There it is. This has been actually holding up pretty good, and it still is. It's still moving a little bit higher from the last couple of days. There was our bottom right in here, and you can see here we had here's one where the 382 did not work. You see that real powerful swing right here like this, and on the same day, look at that, it has a big sell-off. Let's just draw this in because you would have had a loss on this. Let me show you. There's your high. You put your stop below the 618. You buy at the 382. You would have been stopped out right there, and then the next one, you have a little bit of you don't make a higher high. So all this is an ABCD coming in right there. And that one worked pretty nice. Let's just draw it in. There's your AB. There's your CD coming in there right on the money. And now it's had a pretty good run to the upside. And there, today is our first really good shot at a 382. There it is from yesterday's low to today's high. And there it is exactly right there at the 382. And now it's starting to continue to move higher. Okay, now let's move on here and talk about Apple. It's in the news again, as always, and forever. It should be. It's a great stock. Let's put the daily up here so we can look at it. Oh, we've had a nice move in Apple today, folks. Here, I mean, a really nice move. I guess that's one of the reasons why the Dow's been so darn strong. Okay, now we've had a high. Let's go check and see if this happens to be at 382 off of the low that we made way back here on the 7th, okay? And it doesn't quite make it. You see, that would have come in here at 198, and the low was 201. 201 was the low. 198 would have been the exact 382. So that took off. However, intraday, I'll bet you a nickel to a donut. Let's just watch this because, well, no, it just takes off and it doesn't give any pullback at all. I mean, just to run away. I mean, that's just must have been some news on that one because it's finally broken out of that. No, it has not. Look at the daily. We're still in this thing. All we have to do is get above this, and it's going to break out of that trading range, and that could be very, very bullish for Apple, especially since had this big pullback here, and then it's retraced all of it right away. That's a very bullish chart right now. Okay, another stock that we always watch, which is Tesla. We're going to bring it up here in just a second. I'll get back to some other things with the commodities in just a minute, and there's Tesla right here. And it's up also, and a lot of stocks are up today. Here's where we are, and it's coming right back up. Now we got 3 lower highs in here, and we're going to find out if this is going to be a 1-3-5 pattern or not. There's your 1, 3, and 5. What you do is you want to check the ratios from your high down to your low. This one comes in at the 50% level, and then you take that one out and check this one, which will be coming in at the 61% retracement level. So this is it. We get above here, she's off to the races. Otherwise, it's going to have a little bit of trouble. We're trading right at it right now, 318. If it gets above 322, we're going to be looking at Tesla going way up in here to 350 without any trouble at all. And that would be a real easy one to put your signature on it. 47. There it is right there. Okay, now let's move over, and we covered those stocks to get those out of the way here. We'll get back to some of these commodities that we're watching here because critical day here for stuff. And this is the dollar index. We're done with that one. And you can see we're just getting ready to make a new high here in the gold again, a new high in the stocks. Only in the S&P are we doing that, folks. And also the NASDAQ is trying to do that also. But the others are, drifting a little bit lower. You can see the Dow Jones is considerably lower than the high this morning. Can see quite a bit lower. So there's a big difference between that. And then, of course, the Russell, which is the weakest, has been even weaker because it was strong earlier in the evening, real early in the morning. And then since that time, it just backed off. And this is what we've been doing so far. So it's a sort of a bifurcated market, as they say in a trade, but that's what you have to look at. Okay, now let's move over. And, I've already covered the soybeans. And, I had an order setting him to buy him at 85. So I bought him at 85. They're at 83 1/4. I got a full moon coming up here. Whether they're going to hold up above that, I don't know. The low so far today has been 80. My stop would be 75. I have to do it. I have to do them all. I don't know which ones work and which ones don't, but that's what I have to do. I don't have to, but it's kept me on the green side of the grass more often than not. Okay. Now, someone's asked a question about an unusual foreign exchange, which is the Canadian dollar. Hold on one second. This is someone from Toronto. I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. As you can see, I haven't even updated it for a long time. We're going to draw this and refresh it here. And see where we have. Oh, there's our refresh chart. Okay, this is acting pretty good. Let's clean this up a little bit. There's our ABCDs. You can see the ABCD. There's ABCD, another big ABCD right here. And now we're backing off. Now this is important because of two things. We have a nice strong trend up. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is watch for a 382. So you go back to your low where it all started, which is right back here because this is where it all starts. And you come in and you see you're setting there. You went below it. So that tells you we're probably getting ready to do an ABCD on this part right here. Let's just draw that in so we can see it right here. Okay. the dollar is getting hammered by a lot of different people. So there's where we're probably going to be heading down to the Canadian dollar. But I don't trade it very often. But it follows the patterns. You can see ABCDs through here, and that's what everything's ABCD. I mean, if you just, take some time to look at it, you've got a pretty good chance of figuring what these things are doing. But not always, of course. Not always. All right, let's move these out of the way here. And we've already covered the bonds and all that other stuff. Oh, I have to the Treasury notes, folks, because the Treasury's working today, and the notes are real important. So let's get the daily notes and see if they're acting bullish too. And they're not acting as bullish as the bonds. Hold on just a second here. See, there's our action to yesterday and today. Boy, okay, let me get this. There it is. Okay, now we did go up, and we made a new high, and then so far this morning we had here was a big run, okay, yesterday, and let's see what the pullback did this morning. Let's see if it stopped right at the 382, and there it did. It stopped exactly at the 382 again. So that tells us we're still looking higher in the notes and bonds, and that would be easy to see if we get this. Didn't quite make that one, of course, but now we have the bigger one that's going to be lying up. This is a really good chance for the Treasury to get rid of some of this Treasury bonds because they get the interest rates lower. They're going to drop rates. They're going to push these bonds up here, and that'll be interesting to see if they can get there another point higher. That's like we need to get another 1.5 higher in the bonds at 117 and 113 in the notes. Remember, the notes are 6 times the open interest as the bonds because that's interest on your credit card, your car, and all your loans and all that other stuff that is involved here on that part of the business. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get this out of the way here. I think those are the main ones that we've covered here so far. And one other question here about another stock, Amazon. There it is right here. I use this. I buy something from Amazon. It seems like just about every day, folks. Now here's Amazon. Okay, there's where Basil got married, and he had to pay for their wedding, which was for $52 million. I don't know if that's true or not, but we had this big break here, folks. Let me refresh this because I haven't done this for a while. Okay, there is the break that we had the big run up. Oh, shut the front door. Okay, had the big run up. Let's see if that low was a 382. There's your run up here. And your 382 misses it by just a little bit. Now it's made a little bit of some type of a reaction here, but whether that means much or not, I don't know. Folks, all I can tell you is I have seen more ABCD patterns in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm talking worldwide, than I've ever seen in my life. I really think that is important, but right now the market keeps bouncing and coming back and coming back and coming back. And maybe it's going to come back forever. But boy, all those things, if you look at all of them, I put them in the newsletter. I looked at Japan. I looked at India. I looked at the Philippines. Oh, I looked at the NASDAQ. I looked at Hong Kong. I looked at Germany and France. I looked at nothing but ABCDs everywhere. I've never seen that before. So to me, that's telling me that there's something big in the outing that we see right here. Now, on the last one, if you like ABCDs, you can see here, get this out of the way, you'll see the ABCD that we have here. Just 1 second, I'll draw that in. There's your low. Come on. Oh, I just went to a tick chart, folks. Sorry about that. There you go. Okay, here's your low right here. If I can do it right, there's your ABCD. There's your ABCD. This one didn't quite get to it. It was supposed to go to, let's see, we might still get there. It might go to 250. I don't know, but that one didn't complete for sure. There was maybe some others, but that's the way that one worked. All right. Okay, then we got gold popping up, getting ready to make a new high. In fact, we just did, didn't we? No, we're just still at 336. The high has been 340 and change here, so we're 339, which will probably do that without any trouble at all. Okay, now we'll move this out of the way and see what else we got here. I am actually, folks, what I'm actually thinking is going to happen today or tomorrow, maybe today. I think the Federal Reserve is going to drop rates. I really do. And boy, if they do, folks, there's nothing more bearish to the market than that, because that means the Fed sees something that disturbs them. And that's the only reason they would drop rates, not because of DJT or anything like that. It's because they see something that is troubling in either the numbers or some of the other stuff that they use their Ouija board or the crystal ball. But that, well, anyway, I don't need to know that history point. It's not very important. Let's see. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no cash or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, I'm going to do live trading on Friday from 6 until 9. If you're interested, contact Tommy at TFNN.com. I will be buying corn, folks. This will be what I'm waiting to try to buy it at $3.95. Might buy it Thursday, might buy it Friday. But if you can buy any of these others, they had really good moves. These are moves better than $700. We'll only be risking about $400. So it's almost 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Okay, we did this one, and we're going to do this one. So that'll be 6 to 9 Tucson time, 9 to 12 New York time. This all night stuff, folks, with this so much volatility has got to me this last couple of days. Having a lot of fun, but boy, get a little worn out in the middle of the day. Anyway, this is what we're going to be watching here for the trade here coming in tomorrow, especially on Friday, because Friday we have the big full moon, and that'll be exciting to see whether that does help. Now, the moon does not always work on the full moons. We know that, but we're working on a pattern. The pattern we understand. We don't understand the time frame about this. Let me just show you an example of this. You come up here, and we're just going to put the moon phases in just to show you. Now, you see, when you see a 0, okay, see that one right there? That's off by about 3 days. That one's nothing, okay? Here's one that hits it right on the money. Okay, this one here is off by 2 days. This one here is off by a day. This one's off by 2 days. This one's pretty close to the money. And here we are. Last month, this had nothing. You see on that new moon right here? And here we have the full moon coming up. Maybe it means nothing, but this means something. The pattern means something. It's a sum total of all the buyers and sellers, and they've been bearish and they've been right. And all that we're saying is, okay, we're going to take a little nibble of this because the risk control tells us we don't have to risk very much to see if we're wrong. And that's why we're going to do it. Okay? One thing you don't have to worry about. I'm not going to sit with this for 5 or 6 days, watch it go down. That won't happen to this old cowboy. Live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.